What's up, guys? Quick little update. Wanted to get on here before the damn football game and baseball game. So it's Thursday, 13th, 12th. We're like a little bit less than 2 weeks till I leave, but pretty much 3 weeks until we're actually racing at World Cup. So, as you can see, got no transmission. Like we talked about in the last video, it is headed out. Still not really going to say who just yet, but it is en route. It should be delivered to them tomorrow, and then they're going to get rocking on it Monday. Hopefully have it back headed to me on Wednesday. I'm going to try to quick ship it to have it by the weekend, and then try to put it in next weekend. If worst case, they don't meet the deadline to try to get it by the weekend, then I should have it the beginning of the following week, and that'll still kind of give me 1 week to get everything back together. But ideally, if they can get it done in 2-3 days, I'll 2 days ship it, get it back by the weekend, have it in for the weekend, and then I got really a whole week to get my shit together. The best plan would be to have it done and I can test at Cecil on like a Friday night test and tune or a Saturday test and tune prior to World Cup, so I'm not going down there completely untested. I do have some good news that where the transmission is going, they have in their hands with my name on it a 1 of 4, only 4 ever made, billet input shaft for a 6R80. There's only been 4 made. Lund has 3. So I get the 4th, which is pretty cool. Daniel at Blue Streak hooked it up for me. I'm not necessarily sure that it's something that I need, but it is something that Lund has had problems with in the past with breaking or twisting the stock ones. So I figured it's a safe bet to get a billet one. And I hit up Daniel. I said, "Can you get me one?" He said, "Absolutely, for you. I will try to make it happen." And sure enough, they got it done. They sent it from Australia. It landed in the USA, I think, a couple days ago. And it's at the shop that's going to do my trans. So that's pretty cool. Billet input shaft. They haven't, Lund and Grey Goose hasn't twisted the billet one yet. But they broke a bunch of stock ones. So they have 3. Not sure why they have 3, maybe as backups or maybe for Blue Goose. But they do have 3, and I have the 4th. So I think now, I don't think that there is a part made to date that my trans won't have. So when I do sell this trans, I guess it'll be a pretty penny or a pretty cool sale to somebody, because I don't think there's a trans out there that has as much shit in it as my trans. So I'm in it a fortune, but I plan to absolutely fucking put everything I have in it at World Cup. So better safe than sorry. Last thing I want to happen is we go through this refresh and I get it back and something go down there and they say, "Yeah, you should have put an input shaft in it. You just twisted or broke it." So that's pretty cool. Daniel, owe him big props for getting it done for me. So trans is out. It came out pretty smooth within an hour. Obviously, with the lift and the trans jack, it comes out pretty good. I got my starter hanging by the wires, which I probably shouldn't. Got my wastegate hanging by the vacuum lines, which I probably shouldn't. So I was able to get the rest of the e-brake cable out of it while I was under here too. So everybody can see the good old stock rear up in there. Yeah, so trans is out. Trans is almost to its destination. And then get built, bring it back. I spent a small fortune on all my fluids. Here's the fluid I run. There's the oil that I run. Oil filter. Change the diff fluid. Got some fresh 6510s for startup plugs when it's cold down at the creek. Why is this all wet? Got some water wetter because I'm going to have to drain the coolant out for World Cup. Can't have coolant, got to have water. I got the recommended TBM maintenance to hone your rotors. So I'll be doing that. It's pretty crazy I got to do that, but it's what I was told I got to do. So yeah, there's a bunch of dumb money spent and shit that you don't get to see, but is absolutely needed. I think once I get it back, man, I think I can get it in pretty quick. Got all the fluid. Not like I'm changing much. I was going to get some bungs welded in my downpipe because I wanted to move my O2 sensors. So I might try to make that happen real quick. But trans in, converter in, hang the turbos, bolt it all back together, put the drive shaft, get all my oiling set up back together, and then go from there. I don't know if I've ever really showed anybody too in depth, but that's my scavenge pump mounted to my drive shaft safety loop. So that's kind of my setup underneath the car. Drive shaft, downpipes. Bought this back seat for my golf cart. Didn't realize it was like 50,000 pieces and such a difficult install. So got this on my plate for the weekend. But we always struggle with carting people around at the racetrack. I usually have guys stand on the back here. So it's going to be nice to finally get a golf cart on the back. Get a seat on the back of my golf cart to where people don't have to stand on it. So I think that really got good tires on the car. Once I hone the rotors, I guess they'll be good. We took it down the beach last weekend. I'm not sure if anybody's seen the live. I just did kind of like a quick parking lot walk around. But took it down the beach last weekend, Ocean City. Drove it maybe 200 miles, 150, 200 miles. Burned through 2 tanks of gas. So I don't know how many miles that would be. But drove good, ran fine, shifted fine. I think the plugs in there are pretty old. It was kind of running a little shitty on cold starts. But it's got some 12s in it that have been abused. So I'm sure it's probably time to change the plugs. So we're going to put them 6510s in it. But they ran good. Didn't have any issues. Pain in the ass to get in and out with the cage, but I figured that would be the case. Yeah, it was a good 4 days. Didn't have any problems. Didn't get any tickets. So it was a pretty good trip. Got to put some miles on it. If I didn't do that, I'd probably already have had the transmission back. So I just kind of screwed myself by delaying it a week. But I got new bias ply fronts mounted on before I went to the beach. So we're good there. Tires are good. Gonna have fresh fluid transmission, fresh oil, fresh plugs, fresh water. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I just want to go down there and not be shit out of luck. Granted, I'm only an hour and a half from home if something does happen, but just kind of pressed. So this weekend's project will be this damn pain in the ass back seat on the golf cart. Then next week I'll be patiently waiting for the trans to come back, and then following week we'll be putting it together, loading it up, trying to go testing. I know if I go to Cecil on like a Friday night or a Saturday night, Friday night or Saturday day, the prep won't be that good, so I won't be able to go fast. But after talking to Daniel, I don't know if this input shaft and this clutches are going to throw off the trans tune that's in it, but he said it might take a few passes for Lund to get the trans right. So it'd be nice to hit Cecil for a test and tune, a couple hits, and then head down the creek and not be first pass on Wednesday testing. So they do have Wednesday testing. I'm sure it's going to be packed, so can't really count on getting a bunch of passes that day. So yep. I don't know how good the service is, but I got the doors open, so hopefully it's not all patchy like the other one. Should have painted them. Well, that's it. I'll try to save the live for anybody that couldn't tune in. I know some people watched the other one after the fact, which was pretty cool. So just kind of give an update. I kind of like the idea of going live and saving it. Saves me from editing and all the hassle that I struggle with. So I know the service last time, my words didn't match my mouth or something like that, some people said. So hopefully it's a little bit better. But I met some people down at the ocean that said they watch the channel. Actually, like probably a handful of people, maybe 5 or 10. I don't know. Some people had the shirt on, which was pretty cool. So I know I'm nowhere near doing anything worth talking about on YouTube, but it was pretty cool to see some people that watch the channel. So appreciate everybody, and give an update maybe beginning of next week. Maybe I'll put up some pictures of the trans, any findings with the way that it drove and everything down Ocean City. I doubt he's going to tell me anything's catastrophic, but I would assume that he's going to say the clutches are in bad shape. Fluid's probably a little bit brown, and should be a rather quick swap out with the new input shaft and the new clutches, and then back together. So I got faith that it's not going to be a bad phone call once they tear into it. So hopefully that stays the plan. So, all right, get off here, go watch some football and eat some food. So talk to you guys on the next live. And if anybody's got any questions or whatever, hit me up, comment, like, subscribe, and keep tuning in. Peace out.